remarkable day. Lovely. You know, I was just thinking, man, the what if there was no God, right? Every man would do what seems right in his own eyes if there was no God. Why in the world would a man marry a woman if there was no God? You got to put up with that headache. You got to do for her, do stuff for her, be a provider and all that type of stuff. It's hard being a man, being a husband. It's hard. You got to do stuff. But you do it out of love, because that's what God created. Family first, the family. And then the government is based off of the family. The church is supposed to be based off of the family. The world is supposed to be based off of the family. But if there was no God, a man can get the cookies from a woman and leave her alone. You got problems, you got needs, okay, deal with it. I'll holler at you the next time I need some cookies. But see, God forbid that. God don't want you to be, it's rules to it. It's governance. Everything has rules and regulations. If there was no God, then there would probably be no afterlife. There would be no heaven. There would be no hell. That would reduce us to being animals. Everything would be about the here and the now. Right here, right now. So what would prevent all of us from getting rich? If there was no God, if there was no consequences, shoot, man, I'd probably be a kingpin. I'd be selling everything. Drugs, sex, murder for hire. I'll pick up the gun and go rob the bank. If they kill me, so what? It's all over. There's no punishment. And if I have to kill them to get their money, I get it. Because then money would be the only thing that would make your life better. The only way to expand, the only way to have extra, to take some of the stress off, to take some of the pressure off, would be money. But we know that the scripture says the love of money is the root of all evil. So that's why you have to do everything, like this or like this, legitimately. There's certain ways you have to go about doing it. You just can't con people and lie, cheat, and steal and just to get ahead. You have to try to do everything, quote unquote, the right way. Family, yeah, you got to have one woman, and when you have one woman, it gets to a point to where she thinks she owns you like your property. And you just can't just be like, I'm tired of your mouth. You complain too much. You're always unhappy. You're angry black woman. Get out of here. Or any kind of woman, any color woman. But that's not the case. People say stuff like, oh, well, I can't see God, so he don't exist. Can you see this air that I'm breathing? Without a microscope, can you see viruses and bacteria and germs and disease? Can you see gravity? Can you see these ultraviolet rays that's shining down on me right now, shining through my skin? Can you see the rays that feeding them plants over there? Photosynthesis, how they eating? Can't see none of that. See, the book of Colossians talks about how the things that are unseen created the things that are seen. It's not religion. It's facts. Can you see an atom? Are there particles smaller than an atom? Shoot, before we had a microscope to determine that there was such a thing as an atom, we'd be like, nah, it ain't nothing that small. Now they have atom smashers, so yeah, there are things smaller than an atom. And they're trying to find the Higgs boson, the God particle. Well, that's what CERN is for, right? The largest LHC, Large Hadron Collider, You know, down in Waco, Texas, they used to have a super collider. I heard they shut it down, but my understanding is it's still there. I understand there's several of them all over the world, and they're trying to find other dimensions, open portals and things like this. But if there was no God, man, do what he want to do. It'd be like the cowboy days, lawlessness, wild, wild west. You, as long as you, in your mind, you can make a reason for what you do. If you like that woman, she say no, rape her. She should have said yeah. But no, there's a force stronger than nature. You see what I'm saying? You can't just do what you want to do. Even outlaws, there's a code in the streets. You can't just do what you want to do. You end up dead over here. Yeah. Even in prison. You know, murderers are respected the most. And rapists and child molesters are respected the least. It's hierarchy. It's rules in whatever you do. So it's a lot of black people say stuff like, excuse me, a lot of people say stuff, let me get my water. A lot of people say stuff like, black people say stuff like, why can't we all just come together? That's foolishness. That's foolishness. How could two walk together unless they be agreed? You know what I mean? I don't want nobody who don't think like me, or even around me. We're going to have problems. We're going to clash. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, if I say this how you do it, you say that's how you do it, we're going to argue about it. There ain't going to be no happy compromise. And if there ain't no God, I'm just going to get rid of you altogether. I don't need you around me stressing me out because we don't think the same. See, you need to be around like-minded people. You see what I'm saying? According to psychology and according to history, language is what keeps a society together. So you may have Negroids, people of African descent, that speak Spanish. Some speak English. Some speak Portuguese, French, whatever language. But you're not going to see the one that's speaking English hanging around one that speaks French. You know why? They don't understand each other. So the English speaker, doesn't matter if he's black or not, he's going to go talk to somebody else that speaks English. No matter what the color they are, what race they are. Language holds it together. You got to have certain things in common. You know what I'm saying? If I believe it's okay to walk around naked and you're offended by that, how are we going to be together? How are we going to, do something together? You see what I'm saying? If my philosophy is, if you catch somebody slipping, get them. But you believe you shouldn't do people like that. How we going? You're not going to be comfortable when I see somebody slipping and I get them, right? And I'm not going to be comfortable when you try to tell me, oh, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Only like-minded people bond together. See what I'm saying? They say opposites attract, but that's only so much. You don't have to accept people as they are. No, you don't. I don't have to accept pedophiles. They don't have to be in my circle. They can exist, they can live. Not by me, not around me. You go over there and do your thing over there. I'm over here. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to have no homosexuals and transgenders in my circle. I don't have to be buddy-buddy. I'm saying you go do that over there. And if I don't feel comfortable around you and the way you live and the way you doing things, I'm not going to spend my money with you. You're not going to get my dollar. I'm going to give my dollar to somebody I feel comfortable with, who I can talk to. We got like things, you know what I'm saying? We've been through similar things. We do like things. You see what I'm saying? So if there was no God, man, you think the murder rate is bad now? You think drugs are off the hinges now? And abortion and all wickedness done up under the sun, you think it's bad now? Man, please. And it's not about religion, see. It's not about religion. It's about relationship. It's about relationship. See, the Bible does say, I'm going to keep this short. The Bible does say that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. But it also talks about how Satan is the God of this world. So it's easy to see how some people just all of a sudden become atheists or drop out of church, or I don't pray no more, I don't do this no more, and then they get filthy rich. Of course, the devil gonna feed his own. If you serving God, you're not serving the devil. So he gonna try everything, he gonna throw everything at you but the kitchen sink to cut you off. You see what I'm saying? And it'll be the supernatural power of God to get you through, and people be like, I wonder how you make it. You ain't doing it how we doing it. You ain't out here in the streets. You ain't doing this and doing that. But you making it, and you seem happy. You know what I'm saying? You have peace. The peace that surpasses all understanding. And that's what I got. So I know that there's a God regardless of what anybody say. You know, agnostics, atheists, Satanists, whoever, I don't care. And there's rules and regulations to it. And govern yourself accordingly.